Hey, I'm Caleb with Woodshop. Do you have something or someone that you need to properly dispose of? Well, I can't help you there, but what I can do is have you join me in making this neat garbage bag dispenser for your kitchen. Let's check it out. Welcome back to Woodshop, and today we're going to be making a very simple project. I got this roll of trash bags and some really old, dingy, dirty pine, and we're going to repurpose this and make a garbage bag dispenser. Bug damage or something right here, and I thought that would be really cool to clean that up and be able to feed the bag through like that. So I think that's what we're gonna do. But for my first step, I'm gonna figure out how tall this needs to be. Before I do that, I think I'm gonna cut off this uneven edge. So I'm gonna do that with the jigsaw. Wear your dead burnout protection. I'm gonna eyeball this and cut it as straight as I can. It looks surprisingly well for just eyeballing. And we'll start taking some more serious measurements. I'm gonna put a line about here. Now I'll actually try to be more professional and get a good straight line on here. This wood cuts like it was nothing. We got our sides. And we just got to do our front, which is going to have this lot in it. That's a little tricky. I'm going to have to be careful that this right here doesn't break off. And it broke. Oh wow, that's why it broke. It was barely hanging on. Did it burn it? And just however I attach all of these together, I'll just like attach that piece and attach this, and it should still work just fine. I'm just gonna clean these up a little bit with some sanding. Now we've sanded all of these down for this piece and this piece. We're going to have to get into some of these smaller areas by hand sanding. Whoa! You gotta cut those thoughts out right now, because we're done with our hand sanding and we can move on to another step. I was just trying to measure and line stuff up, and I was fine with leaving it how it was, but after kind of doing a test fit, I don't need all this extra space. Based off the garbage bag height, I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit and mark a line. And then my speed square, so I could take off some of that material. Yeah, that's gonna be real good. And we'll go back to the dad burn jigsaw. Now I know those cuts I just made on the jigsaw are not perfect. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do what I can to straighten it out on the belt sander. So right here I did a little test off camera just to see if I could do it without making myself really aggravated and mad. I glued it on there and clamped it, and I decided to be a little bit edgy and hold it together with nails like this. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna use these little roofing nails to hold it together. I think they're roofing nails, but I need that to be held in place so I could pre-drill the holes for the nails. Now this is gonna be a delicate procedure because I don't want this slipping and sliding all over the place, because I got this real gently clamped on here. So I'm gonna set it like this. Let's see how well that worked. Okay, so we had a little miscalculation. My bit was actually bigger than the nails I wanted to use, but these ones seem to work out just as good. So I'm gonna finish pre-drilling holes for my nails. Now with my nails acting as a clamp, I could drill one more hole just so I'll feel better about it. Really the glue is what's going to be holding this whole thing together. Alright, now we can't just go attaching the top now all willy-nilly just because we got the damn sides on. We need to make a base for this. We gotta take measurements. I feel like I'm making a birdhouse. Now we'll do a little test fit here just to see. Okay, so we got some shaping we gotta do, but okay, so I went ahead and did some shaping with the sander to get the base in here, and it is now glued and nailed. And I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up on the top so that we can get our front pieces on here. More sanding. Okay, although not complete, I can't resist the idea of giving it a whirl. And then there's the next bag, ready to go. So now the next step will be creating a top for this. I took this other piece that's got this kind of at a little angle, and I'm going to use that for the top. And I want about an inch overhang on either side, so I accounted for that. Okay, so I haven't done any sanding or cleaning yet, but there's a rough idea of what it'll look like. So I think I'm just gonna use one of these scraps and split it, but I'm gonna sand this down and then we'll worry about what we're gonna do with this. Okay, so I cut out our little spacer things. They don't have to be perfect, they just gotta do their job. And I'm gonna use these tiny little itty bitty nails to try to, I guess, like tap this in place. Now we can try a test fit. How cool. You know, this is probably one of the funnest projects I've done in a long time. I'm going to do the final sanding on this. I'm going to take it from 80 grit to 120 to 220. You see me sand one part of the project, you've seen me sand all of the project. And when I'm done, I'll come back and we can put a finish on it. Alright, so I've got this sanded down and the whole thing feels just, it feels so nice. But before we do our finish, I've got a little wall mount that I'm going to put on the back. So let's do that real quick. It's not like this is going to be holding just tons of weight. Now it's time for the best part of any project is applying the finish. Now, I'm not going to put a coat on the bottom because it's always, you know, when there's bags in there, it's always going to be closed, so I don't really see a point. Maybe along the edges where that joint is, or where the top is sticking out, I'll do that. Alright, so that's our trash bag dispenser. It kind of looks like a birdhouse, but wood, like the jigsaw cut through it like butter. It was easy to assemble. It's just a basic box, but thank you for joining me in making this. I'll see you next time. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it would be awesome if you could give it a like or a share. And if you want to see more projects like this, then you could subscribe to me as well, and I'll try to get as many more project videos out as I can.